I'm pretty sure no one except the examiner has ever read my undergraduate dissertation. So rather than just throwing it away, I thought I might at least do a video about it. Bath. UNESCO World Heritage Site, renowned for its gracious Georgian splendour. What I wrote about was not the buildings themselves, but the way in which the city was built. At the end of the 17th century, Bath was a provincial market town. Changing fashions led to a frantic building boom, which made it the most exclusive society resort in all of England. Think the Saint-Tropez of its day. And so the developers here made up this argument that Bath was essentially like an old Rome that had fallen into disrepair. Yeah. So every hill around Bath has got its own mythic legend associated with it. So there used to be an old Colosseum on that one. So
and the circus is the Circus Maximus.
Exactly. Now, why did people want this? Because a lot of aristocrats came back from their grand tour, essentially felt like, look at all these Italians and French, they're so much more cultured than we are. We need an ancient history like that. Came to Bath, and rather than finding one, they built themselves one. They just made one up.
There was one here, though.
Yes, but nowhere near. Look, I doubt whether anyone really believed these claims. But who wouldn't want to tell their friend that their house has been built on the site of a 1,000-year-old stone circle? Even if it wasn't entirely true, but it definitely made you more interesting. So whilst on the face of it, the cityscape of Bath presented a noble unity, in reality, the architects only ever designed the facades. What looked like a palace was often just a few cobbled together 2-bedroom flats. So this is an interesting spot because this is the assembly room, so the main, all the big parties and the big balls took place here. And you see the big entrance is designed as a big Greek temple front, and it's all in keeping with Bath. Mm-hmm. But then, as you walk out of the assembly rooms, you are greeted with this, which is the back of the big circus, which is one of the main formal spaces in the city. But what I find interesting about this is this idea of, you built up a facade for society, but everyone kind of knows that isn't the reality. Below all of that, everyone knew that the houses weren't as big as they pretended to be, and people weren't as polite as they were pretending to be.
You're filming me parading!
The city has been built for a society in which self-representation was everything. Social life was like a theatrical play, the pinnacle of personal branding. I think the very nice thing here is what you have everything summed up beautifully. It's the foreground, the stage, the middle ground, the buildings that line it, and the background, the Roman bath, as the mythical context of the whole place.
And underneath it all, the volcanic waters threatening to blow this
not sure how threatening
thin veneer of civilization.
So Bath's 18th century property developers successfully capitalised on society's demand for distraction and relief from a mundane reality. Don't get me wrong, I love Bath. It's a beautiful place. Maybe partly because it reminds me that human nature really hasn't changed that much.